And get this, he even remote controlled her phone while she was sleeping, acting like a spy and snooping through all her apps. Now, with all her secrets laid bare, she was as clean as a blank sheet of paper, and after he learned all this, he began his next plan, to sneak into Nomi's life and slowly mess with her. Tonight was the perfect opportunity. He dolled himself up like a pretty boy and appeared at his dad's bubble tea shop, ordering a grapefruit juice like a pretentious hipster. He even pretended to play pub at the table, looking handsome and friendly, perfectly matching her shared interest. Nomi was completely smitten, and they quickly struck up a conversation. She magically found out they were like two peas in a pod. Love had struck like a lightning bolt, unstoppable. But her dad warned her. This guy's too coincidental, almost calculated. He warned her to keep her distance. But Nomi was already head over. She didn't listen at all and even argued with her dad, and the fight was being watched by him like a reality show. She decided it was time to deal with Dad first, especially since her best friend was spending the night. The two friends chatting up a storm and no one on the phone, he seized the chance to take over Nomi's phone. He first sent Dad an apology text with a link, suggesting he check it out, claiming his friends were having fun with it. Dad, thinking it was no big deal, clicked it. See, little did he know, it was a virus. Then he tracked Dad's phone to know when the new delivery arrived, and played the part of the courier to drop it off early. When Dad stepped out to grab the package, he pounced from behind, knocking him out cold. See, perfect kidnapping script. Just then, it started pouring, washing away the body's head buried in the mountains, keeping the police up all night. In the end, they found 8 mutilated corpses in the same spot, fingerprints obliterated, faces doused in acid. For a moment, they couldn't identify anyone. Captain Lao Yu was puzzled when suddenly his team made a new discovery. They found a nutrient bottle in the burial spot, but in this desolate area, who would be nourishing trees? Curious, Lao Yu looked around and actually found a grapefruit tree. And get this, there was a sign saying Yu Junrong. Lao Yu was stumped. His son was also named Yu Junrong, who had run away 7 years ago. His son was a total slacker who wouldn't even dare kill a chicken. How could he possibly be involved in murder? But there's no absolutes. He decided to contact his son to see if he had planted that grapefruit tree. He snuck his wife's phone in the dead of night, as his relationship with his son was so bad he had no contact info. He was trying to see if his wife had any contact, only to find she had been chatting with their son, who was always asking for money. Following the shipping address, Lao Yu found his son's place. Seeing no one inside, he sneaked in. He was shocked to find nail polish on the table that matched the color of the corpse's nails. And the girl in the photo on the wall looked eerily similar to one of the victims. Lao Yu thought for a moment, then hurriedly opened the wardrobe, finding clothes of various people stuffed inside. The suitcase was stuffed with many identical items. He felt increasingly uneasy. He swiftly took out his phone to capture all, while the man who dealt with Dad arrived home. Just as he was about to unlock the door, he noticed the red string he left on the doorframe had fallen, realizing someone was inside. So, he quietly sneaked around to the window and saw Lao Yu searching the house, who had already found key evidence. This notebook clearly documented the information of each victim and his detailed plans for disposing of them. Just then, while Lao Yu was lost in it, his phone vibrated. A strange number sent a message, Dad. We haven't spoken in ages, followed by a photo of him just now. Lao Yu realized his son was nearby. He rushed out, but the street was empty. Then, he received a few more photos. Their angles indicated they were shot from a rooftop across the... But when he finally arrived, panting, he realized it was just a remotely controlled phone. Realizing he had fallen for a trick, he hurried back to the previous house, only to find chaos everywhere. After all this chaos, the man knew he needed to speed things up and eliminate Nomi before the police caught on. Meanwhile, the oblivious Nomi was sound asleep at home, cuddling with her best friend. When she lazily stretched and woke up, she spotted her friend's hilarious sleeping position and was ready to snap a picture as a memento. Subtitles, however. The moment she picked up her mobile phone, she was utterly astounded to discover that her boss had made a whopping 78 phone calls to her. It seemed that it was already well past 11 o'clock in the noon, and she simply didn't have a second to spare to figure out why the alarm clock hadn't rung. She promptly got dressed, leaped into a taxi, intending to explain to her boss exactly what had transpired, only to discover something far more terrifying. Her social media accounts were bombarded, and the group chat was flooded with insults, all aimed at her. Because she'd fallen asleep last night and accidentally spilled the company's dirty laundry online, roasting her boss to shreds. Her colleagues had been waiting for her, and Nami rushed to the office, feeling too embarrassed to even show her face. She decided to go all in, standing on her desk, yelling, "I will catch the culprit and return everything to him." On hearing Nami quarreled with her boss, the man crossed out the name. Next, Nami was left only with her best friend, and together they were about to stir up a big incident at the company. They had now reached the police station, but for hacking incidents like this, they needed solid evidence of the attack. Thus, Nami had no choice but to ask that guy she met at the tea shop for help, since he claimed to work in cybersecurity. Little did she know, her father had already been kidnapped by the same guy. When they met, he first asked how her phone battery was doing and learned it was draining twice as fast. To his surprise, she boldly pointed out that her phone had been infected with spy software. This software could monitor her every move, but Nami hadn't installed anything recently. How did it get there? He said they'd analyze it again at the office and fill her in later. Nami saw through his naive prediction. After he left, she pursued him again, and this time, he finally stopped hiding,